Welcome all of you. So in this video we are going to talk about sound. What are the different important types of questions that we must keep in mind, and that once done we feel that our preparation is complete. Okay, what are those questions exactly? I shall not be taking up examples of the question. This video is just for a reminder of the types of questions. This is a checklist for you if you are about 90% prepared. Okay, so here because all the topics in all the sums in this is already uploaded in the channel, so you can check it there. So here this I'm just reminding you of the things before your example, because before your exam you should know that you have done these things. Okay, so in sound, if you see this chapter sound, is a very theoretical based chapter. Lots of new concepts are taught. There is very little numericals. Okay, so lots of concepts all over the chapter. So first thing, there are about 10 points I want to tell you, that 10 things that you must learn about sound before you go for your exams. Okay, so let me see what they are. So the first one is definitions. Okay, now what I mean by definitions is you have to when it is definitions, it is not about what you understand, it is about what is written in the book, because definitions are supposed to be the exact textbook word. So definitions are supposed to be the exact words from the textbook with the correct keywords. If they say explain resonance, you can explain it in own words, okay, with the correct keywords. So but then if it is define resonance, you have to pick up the exact sentence from the textbook and write it. Okay, so definitions, there can be a whole lot of definitions in this chapter. It can be longitudinal waves, it can be longitudinal waves, it can be what do you say, it can be transverse waves, it can be what is an echo, it can be what is resonance, what is free vibrations, define resonance, define free vibrations, define forced vibrations, define reverberation, things like this. So there can be a whole lot of things that you can be asked to define. Okay, now coming to the second point, as I said, I have nearly 10 things to tell you before you go for your exams for sound, to get you completely prepared in sound. Okay, the second thing is derivations. You have to be prepared with derivations. Now what derivations can they ask in this? Derivations are very nice questions. You are prepared for it, and when you write there very fast. Okay, so you score fast. So this is derivation is one type of question. What derivations do you have in science, in physics? In what derivations do you have in sound? Now in sound we have the derivations of minimum. What is derive the minimum distance of distinct hearing? Derive the minimum distance of distinct hearing for a sound. Okay, things like this. You can also be asked to derive V is equal to N lambda. Remember that. So sometimes they can even ask for this. So these are the different derivations they might ask in this chapter. Okay, the third one is examples. Now what examples am I talking about? Very important in the chapter sound is examples. Very important. Now why am I saying it is so important? It is always asked. Okay, what examples? Examples of two examples of free vibrations, two of damped. So go ready with learn three to be safe. Okay, so three examples of resonance, three of damped, three of free, three of forced, like that. Okay, so if you learn three of each, that is more than enough. So because they will ask two only generally, so examples, it can be real life examples, or sometimes some experiments are done in the lab. Examples for that is also okay. So three examples you have to learn in each of these cases. Okay, fourth one. What is the fourth type of question that might be asked? Okay, the fourth type of question is numericals, of course. Okay, numericals. numericals, you have quite a few numericals, especially based on eco you have. Okay, so where we use generally d is equal to s into t, this formula, and then we use eco. So one thing I want to remind you all here, where you go wrong is in numericals, eco doesn't always, in every sum, eco doesn't mean you know it's a distance becomes 2d. Okay, so some children, some students will do what is, they will, the moment eco comes, they will take it as the distance is taken as 2d. It is not necessary. See the question, draw the rough diagram, then decide whether it is 2d or not. Okay, let's come to the fifth type of question. Okay, the fifth type of question that can be asked is the secondary node and the primary node, kind of you get these graphs, remember? Okay, and then you get something like this and this. So the secondary node, frequency of the secondary node and the primary node, you will always find this in the question paper. Always. These are the very first questions you find in the question paper. So always do them. They are very simple. Okay. So these are the sums. Then come to the sixth one. The sixth type of question. What can it be? Now you might be feeling, so many I did. No. There are 5 more to go. Okay. So there are, ICSE is all about, differences, conditions, classification, reasons, then characteristics. So ICSE is full of this. So the sixth one is conditions for loud echo. Very always comes. Condition for loud echo, learn it from your textbook. Okay, then of course you have the differences. Yes, you have the differences. What differences? The whole chapter is full of differences. There are so many differences between free and forced vibration, and resonance, and then you have resonance and maybe free and damped vibration. So all those differences. You also have differences between music and sound. You have differences between transverse and longitudinal wave. So in the textbook you will see they are all given in chart wise, in tables. Do them. Okay, so that is another very important type of question. Eighth type. What is the eighth type? Graphs. Learn to make graphs. Now, I'm not talking about graphs in graph sheets, but then you have the rough sketches of the graphs where they say draw a graph, displacement time graph of damped vibration, draw one of free vibration. Okay, so they'll tell you all this. So for that, graphs very, very important, learn to draw them. Then ninth one, learn about the full characteristics of sound. Means this is the place where, this is the part of the chapter where you learn about characteristics of sound, is the part of the chapter where you learn about what? You learn about loudness, pitch and quality or timbre. Okay, so loudness, pitch or quality of timbre, that is what you will have to do well. And then there's also what is the range of decibels for human hearing, and what is subjective, what is objective, is pitch subjective or is frequency subjective, what is subjective, what is objective. Read that portion of the chapter, underline the answers, you will get it in that portion very well. That is again one question that is always asked. Okay, so characteristics of sound. Another question, that is the 10th one, is you have to pay a little bit of attention on what exactly is the what exactly makes it transverse and longitudinal, means the concept where in transverse waves the particles are moving perpendicular to the direction of motion, longitudinal they are moving in the same direction as the direction of sound wave. All that is also important. Okay, then you have so the 10th one is again longitudinal and transverse waves. Okay, of course you have some more things like you have the a few name two stringed instruments, name two instruments which have a membrane, name two wind instruments, things like this, examples like this. Yes, now I remember a 11th thing also. One very important one is the explanation, because they will tell why are soldiers asked to break steps. Okay, why are soldiers asked to break steps? That is one important question when they are moving on a suspension bridge. So with proper keywords you have to explain these examples. One is definitely the soldiers one, and another one very important example is where the resonance is repeated in an air column. After which distance, after what time is the resonance repeated in an air column? Why does it happen? So that question is again important. I can write the 11th one also, resonance examples in detail. Okay, resonance examples in detail. So that was actually a summary of the whole chapter of sound in your exams in ICSE. Okay, if you have liked the video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Also go to my channel and see the main explanations that is given. Check the playlists. There are separate playlists for ICSE maths, ICSE physics. Okay, so you can go for the playlists and check, and you can get the explanation of the actual chapter. Okay, so that's it for today. If you have not subscribed it yet, you can subscribe it now. Thanks all of you. Thanks for watching. Wish you all good luck.